Perfect. Now it's exactly like watching Tequila and Bonetti in the green room during the Atop the Fourth Wall movie shoot.
There wasn't a Atop the Fourth Wall movie?
Episode 5 of Tequila and Bonetti, titled Runt of the Litter, begins just like the rest of them do. A beach, sunny skies, a lot of ass. This must be the Christmas episode. Wait, what are you guys doing here anyway?
Well, we're doing what everyone should be doing at 1 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon, watching Tequila and Bonetti.
I'm just here because I want to see a talking dog get shot and killed.
Actually, I think this might be the Halloween episode. They just opened up a Spirit Halloween right next to the beach. Explains why we're going to see a sumo wrestler walking around any minute.
Oh, I know this joke. It's the one about two Jews walking on a beach and something talking dog.
The smell of all that oil and cooking juices reminds me of a barbecue in the hood.
Whenever I'm walking on Venice Beach and see rabbis and bikini bottoms, I always think about a delicious plate of Slow's barbecue.
It's Kimber's spinoff of Nip Tuck that we never got, and still would have been better than the California episodes.
Yeah, well, it's not the heat, Mercedes. It's the, humility.
You said humility instead of humidity.
Did I say that?
Uh-oh, she knows how words work. I'm not sure she's a good romantic interest for Bonetti.
I don't know. I think Bonetti deserves a woman who, like his dog, knows what sentences are.
Yeah, but look at this chemistry. He's got better chemistry with the dog, and he doesn't even know the dog can talk.
I don't want to be here.
Actually, this is an undercover operation to bust a prostitute. Either that, or he really was just hitting on some random woman, and she simply turned out to be a prostitute. And then her screaming caused him to go out and shoot a kid.
I guess I can settle for that, for now, but if this episode doesn't end with a dead dog, I'm gonna throw a baby out your window.
How the hell are you gonna find a baby?
I'll find one. You think this will be the first baby I've thrown out a window?
Previous episodes had the opening shenanigans be standalone scenes, but this time around it actually picks up after the credits.
They're interrupted by a Barbarian Brothers movie, and not Kimber drops the ice cream to distract Tequila.
If only it'd been a burrito.
Oh, so you have seen Tequila and Bonetti?
Nah, I just think it'd be funny to see a French Mastiff shit for 30 minutes.
Would it make you feel any better to see a bodybuilder punch Bonetti?
So what are you gonna do, hit me? No!
That makes me sad. I like Bonetti.
It was nice of Bonetti not to file assault charges.
Man, I can't believe you stood there and let that boy punch you in your mouth and you got a gun.
Yeah, you should have listened to Tequila and just shot the guy for punching.
Soon Tequila is recognized by a young girl named Casey, who refers to him as Rufus. Before Tequila was a cop, he previously belonged to Casey. This is the first time when Tequila is called by another name. It's not just simply another kind of booze.
Unless, of course, she's referring to distilled or industrial alcohol by Rufus Herrick.
How the hell do you know about that?
Whenever you guys go and watch more of the episode, Lloyd and I are just playing around on my phone.
Tequila, again, hasn't learned his lesson of staying away from cars. Only this time around, he doesn't get hit, so that's a step up.
Casey is played by actress Chanel Workman, who could be seen in The Bold and the Beautiful, and whose sister Ariel Winter is Alex on Modern Family.
Why did we need to know that?
Because if you don't mention it, you're going to get reminded about it constantly. I'm still getting messages about how Tim Russ from Star Trek played the car thief in the Rose Cadillac.
Hey, Brad, did you know there's a God's Not Dead 2 coming out?
Yes. Casey runs away when she sees that Bonetti and Garcia are cops, prompting the first chase scene of the episode.
I hate this Scooby-Doo routine.
That's foreshadowing for when Casey turns out to be the creepy old shopkeep at the end of the episode.
That isn't gonna happen, and you know it.
Meanwhile, Detective Lee is transporting Casey's older brother Ren to his parole hearing.
Ren is played by Robert Knepper from Heroes and Prison Break. I have IMDb too.
Ren escapes by beating the shit out of Detective Lee, which puts everything in chaos at the station.
How is he? How would you be if some guy played the 1812 overture on your head with a lug wrench?
He'd walk it off and Tequila would ask why he didn't use a gun.
But first things first, where the hell is Tequila?
He was chasing a suspect, and when we were in pursuit, we,
Lost him.
How do you lose your dog chasing a hooker?
It's easy. Keeping the dog around while you buy a hooker costs an extra $100, which is hard on a cop's salary.
But while everyone else is searching for the fugitive who beat up Detective Lee, Captain Knight sends Bonetti off to find Tequila.
A cop gets hurt, you want us to play dog catcher?
Well, you got a problem with that, visiting Detective Bonetti?
He should have a problem with that. Last time, Bonetti was taken off the case of the gangland serial killer and made to babysit a movie star. And now he can't hunt down a fugitive because Tequila ran off with a kid. And previous episodes have shown that whenever Tequila runs away, he always comes back.
Are you implying that this is the second episode where Captain Knight isn't very good at his job?
No way! Captain Knight could still beat the shit out of me.
But here in South Coast, when a detective questions his captain's orders, he usually can't sit down for about a week.
See? If you question the captain's orders, apparently you get ass rammed really hard.
Works pretty much the same in New York, Captain.
Good.
Except it lasts 2 weeks.
And apparently they got bigger dicks in New York.
I know.
Guys, burritos!
What? The hell's Lloyd?
Who's Lloyd?
Oh,
Still got a
yeah.
thing for burritos, huh?
Oh, you know it. And a cold brew and fly little poodles.
The episode is keeping good time. We haven't gotten halfway through and they've already busted out the burrito talk.
Casey and Tequila, formerly Rufus, re-bond as it's been years since the two have seen each other. Makes sense. This is the first time she's ever mentioned.
Casey has been living on the streets and hustling people out of their money.
I got too much change here.
What?
Can you give me a 10? Better yet, here's another 20.
Un momento.
Girl, chill out. This ain't right. Come on.
Like Tequila has any room to talk, his gimmick is stealing food from other people.
I don't like talking hypocritical dogs.
Without Tequila around, Bonetti doesn't have anyone to yell at, so instead we find out what kind of underwear he wears.
I'm not wearing boxer shorts.
Well, I meant to say jockeys.
I'm not wearing those either.
Oh, really? Oh, so you're not wearing boxer shorts and you're not wearing jockeys, and just what exactly you...
Even when she goes back to talking about the case, he's still smiling.
The brisk morning air of California does feel swell on open testicles.
He's gonna wish he had on underwear. I would, as I'd probably shit myself walking into this spooky crack house.
This is a former crack house for Ren, and they hear a sound and chase it outside, only to leave, and it turns out he was still indoors the whole time. But more importantly, the real theme of the episode comes back. More burritos!
You give me the bag, I'll get you some.
Don't say it unless you mean it, kid.
Burritos!
It's gonna take more than burritos this time, baby.
Yeah, sometimes it also takes a candy bar and an avocado pizza.
Tequila has led Casey back to Bonetti, and they get back just in time so they can pose for another shot in the opening credits.
Get down.
Oh, man, I'm gonna let you go with this one this time.
What do you think this is, Paris?
You can tell it's Paris from all the spaghetti and Italian music.
Even Tequila is dining on spaghetti.
In Compton, an Italian dinner is microwave macaroni and cheese.
True, that explains all of the Kraft product placement in Straight Outta Compton.
No, Kraft is an East Coast thing. Velveeta is West Coast.
Are you sure?
Trust me.
So what does that mean? You're East Coast?
Not since Curly Sue has the sight of a homeless girl eating spaghetti come to life.
And with such effective sound effects.
Nah, I don't get no attitude.
Now the show really has turned into what can we get Brad Sanders to eat in the recording studio next.
But like every dinner on the show, it always ends with a buzzkill, whether it's Tequila getting shot or this.
What do you know about war? Was your dad in Vietnam? Where is he now?
Dead.
Poor kid.
Thanks, Tequila.
Thankfully she has Tequila to vouch for her, even though no one can hear him.
I can take care of myself.
Damn skippy she can. I taught her everything I know.
He hasn't taught her to fuck poodles while eating an extra large burrito yet.
It gets awkward when she breaks the picture of his wife, but it's okay. It's not like his wife is ever coming back to the show.
I taught you better than that, kid.
He taught her how to steal food, and then when she did, he gave her shit for it.
Like I said, I don't like hypocritical dog. Hypocritical dog must die.
Oh yeah, how is Detective Lee doing, by the way?
Oh, the detective from New York who eats pizza for breakfast.
Guilty.
It was important for us to reestablish that he's Italian and not whether or not Detective Lee is still alive.
Your husband's definitely going to wake up.
What the hell?
Sorry, I put that in there. In case the dog didn't die, I didn't want the flatline sound to go unused.
The hell kind of sense does that make?
Phelan.
And since this is a very serious scene, we know that the next scene is gonna be something like this.
Hey! The giant calico cats are coming! I gotta get out of here! I gotta get out of here!
Tequila dreaming about the movie Strays.
Hey, Brad, at the end of your Dogs review, you sounded sad that there wasn't a sequel called Cats.
Yeah.
But did you know that there is a killer cat movie called Strays?
I did.
Crystal Pepsi might come back!
Casey decides to pack and leave because dumpster spaghetti is way better.
I saved your butt, remember?
Every time I sit down.
This episode insinuates that a lot of bad things happen to the characters' asses.
And between this and Chad Rydell from Real Life, people not only want to break out of Bonetti's apartment, but Tequila always goes with them because why the hell not?
Oh wow, Mrs. Lee was right. He does eat pizza for breakfast.
They're trying to find out more information about Casey's family, but without Tequila there to steal food from people's desk, Captain Knight takes over instead.
Oh, this is good food.
Captain, we've got a fugitive. Please stop eating my granola.
And I guess this time he doesn't care that Tequila has run away again.
It could be 10 poodles in heat and I'd still hate this crib.
The pilot showed Tequila banging a poodle in filthy boat water. I'm sure if there were 10 poodles involved, he'd find a way to look past the crack.
And better yet, this particular crack house has the $41,000 that Casey has saved up over the years.
Now Tequila can buy 100 poodles in heat, but still keep the shitty crack house.
Oh, wow, puppy. How am I gonna get you out of this one?
I don't care.
I do.
Yeah, I do too.
Homeboy and I will be back in your face after a few moments.
I still don't care.
But this is the piano solo part of the episode, where we get to see what the other characters are up to.
Yeah, don't you care about Detective Lee dying in a hospital?
No.
How about a biker stopping Garcia and her daughter so he can give her back her bag of chips?
No.
Captain Knight once again typing?
No.
Not Kimber about ready to blow a cop?
Maybe.
Ren eating a burrito?
Okay, that upsets me. Only Tequila is allowed to eat burritos?
Well, so is this.
You're right. It took long enough, but it finally got hilarious.
This must be a stock piano solo, or the picture magically fixed itself.
I think they're all stock piano solos.
Casey is attempting to sell off Bonetti's CD player, unless Tequila can jive her out of it.
Yo, Ahmed, you do not know who you getting funky with.
He's about to know, though, as Tequila pisses all over the place, even though if he eats one of those watches, the joke's gonna be on him.
You're right, because he'll be dead.
What the hell kind of dog is this? He still has to take a piss 5 seconds later.
He holds it in until it's convenient for the plot.
Without a deal, Casey and Tequila leave just before Bonetti and Garcia arrive and clearly smell Tequila's piss.
I think you've been hanging around Tequila too long and you're beginning to act like him.
No, if I was beginning to act like him, I'd be, sniffing you.
Now he's wondering why Garcia smells like dog piss.
Back at the precinct, the good news is that Detective Lee will make a full recovery, but that isn't the real good news.
After seeing me on television last night, Guardsman Aluminum Siding wants your captain to be their television spokesperson.
And now he wants to be an actor too. How will he have the time for that when he spends every single one of his nights banging away at the same screenplay?
Bonetti goes to visit Lee, only Lee wants to quit the police force, not because of his injuries, but because Mad Max was on TV, and he's worried that one day he'll turn out worse, like the goose.
Mad Max could have used a talking dog.
You think?
No, nothing could ever use a talking dog.
But everything could use Jack Scalia being a badass.
I've seen guys in New York get hurt worse than you. Take 3 aspirins and go back out on the beat.
Yeah, well, they're stupid.
Stupid? Oh, man. Has nothing to do with being stupid. Has to do with pride. You're either a cop or you're not. And if you are, there ain't nothing, and I mean nothing, to keep you from going back to work. Gabish?
Now, if that doesn't make you want to come back to the force, nothing will.
If Detective Lee doesn't come back, Bonetti's gonna kill him himself.
Stick a piece of candy in my mouth, will you?
I agree with Lee. I too would want to blow Bonetti after that.
Fudge. I like fudge.
You also wanted to shit in your mouth too. You can't take it back. I heard you.
Ah, home sweet crack house.
Stop following me, vodka.
Listen, it's tequila, kid, all right?
Okay, I spoke too soon. There is a scene where Casey confuses him for the name of another alcohol.
I'm never trusting you again.
And it's the same drink Garcia's daughter called him. So what's with all the kids in this universe drinking vodka?
I'd be drinking too if my fugitive brother turned up in my home/abandoned crack house.
Tequila doesn't care much for Ren, largely because Ren was responsible for Tequila taking 2 bullets while protecting Casey from drug dealers.
He won't hurt you.
Other than to rip off your nose, your ears, your eyebrows.
He'll rip my throat out.
Oh, I must be getting old. I forgot that one.
That's why this show is great. There is always the chance that Tequila is gonna rip someone's throat out.
Too bad it's probably just gonna cut back to Bonetti hitting on Garcia again.
Hey, would you miss waking up in the morning to 100 pounds of bad breath breathing in your ear?
No. But 180 pounds I could go for.
You make it 175 and I'll be there.
Don't worry, the stories connect because they find out where Tequila is.
Ping 19, go.
Female juvenile and a dog described as large, brown, and ugly.
I highly disagree with this description. Tequila is adorable. All that says to me is that that's the house that Tequila is not in.
Go figure, Ren is highly untrustworthy as he instantly wants the cash.
Turns out the cash actually belonged to her brother, and Casey simply added to it over time.
You got it wrong, Brad. You said that money was Casey's, but it's not. It's her brother's.
I didn't want to ruin the twist.
The real twist is going to be when the episode ends and the dog doesn't die.
Well, you at least get to see him sing.
All right, the cavalry!
Now it's starting to pick up. He's singing the theme to Custer's Revenge.
Yes, but it gets sad because her dishonest brother isn't gonna do all the things he promised her.
You said we'd go to Mexico together.
Case, come on, use your brain. How the hell am I gonna run to Mexico with you?
He's a liar, Brad, just like you. You said we were gonna watch Dog with a Blog.
How the hell is watching Dog with a Blog better than watching Tequila and Bonetti?
Because the dog runs a porn blog.
On the Disney Channel?
The second flashback to the dead kid is pertinent in this episode, as now we're wondering if Bonetti can go through this possible shootout without killing a kid.
She's your sister. Hey, man does what he has to do.
See, you won't find this on Dog with a Blog.
Well, did I mention that the dog's blog is also an internet casino?
Would it help if we showed the dead kid again?
Not really. The dog's blog also has leaked footage of dead children.
Again, how is this on the Disney Channel?
After last week's cartoonish villain, it's nice to get another bad guy who I'm pretty sure does not know he's in a talking dog show.
I think this is what you call a Mexican standoff.
This is called Take a Cop With You.
And then, like all the great episodes, we get to see Tequila bite the shit out of the guy for a long period of time.
Get away! He's my brother! He's my brother! Stop!
When a scene ends with a man with blood on his hands, and a little girl screaming for her brother, and a dog with blood all over his lips, You know you've stumbled upon the best show about a talking dog who loves burritos.
That was kind of intense.
Don't worry, it'll cut to a joke.
No dogs allowed. You can't even get a beer. You can't cozy up to a poodle. Instead of Boys to Men and BBD, you get Lawrence Welk in the elevator.
See, now it's Friday, crossed with Snoopy Come Home. While Ren is off to jail, Casey is given the chance to live with Detective Lee to prevent her from going to Juvie Hall for aiding and abetting a fugitive.
Do you do dishes?
Wash, rinse, and dry.
Well, then it works for me.
This is a very happy ending for her. Too bad she's never mentioned again the rest of the series.
Well, maybe she took on another identity, since the same actress is credited as playing someone named Kate in the pilot.
Or maybe characters just cease to exist once their episode's story arc is complete.
Guys, wait. I have a feeling something really silly is about to happen.
Are we on the 3rd floor here?
Last time I looked, yeah.
309.
What's up, everybody?
He can climb 3 stories? Okay, I'll buy that he can talk, but this is kind of ridiculous.
You buy that he can talk?
Yeah.
Just thought I'd come up and check you, just see how you was doing and everything.
Well, see, there you go. He fell 3 stories. He might be dead.
Is he in the next episode?
Yeah.
Then he's not dead.
So is Casey dead then?
No, yes, she's very dead.
Run to the Litter is one of the best Tequila and Bonetti episodes.
We get to learn a little more about Tequila's pre-cop days. Bonetti is involved with another shootout involving a child, and Tequila bites the shit out of the episode's villain.
And unlike the episode Real Life, this one has a plot that's centric to both Tequila and Bonetti, as Tequila is protecting his former owner from her bastard brother, and Bonetti is tasked with finding both Tequila and the fugitive, who he doesn't even know is related to Casey, making both plots come together like true perfect television.
But why is it called Runt of the Litter? Does Casey come from a litter? She must, because it doesn't mention Tequila having any brothers or sisters.
Oh, but Bonetti is Tequila's brother.
And we also learned that Bonetti doesn't wear any underwear. That has to count for something.
It's no match for the next episode where Bonetti takes on a Switchblade gang with the help of Rain Man.
See, you have seen the next episode. You do love this show.
It does have its moments.